3 years in a row I had chances.
Welcome to the Backwoods.
My playground is out in the woods, back in the sticks, this is my hood. Waking up early with nature's hand in mine.
Honestly, I don't even enjoy this for a minute.
Finger on the trigger just to seal the deal. Feel the chill, shoot to kill. It's the thrill, it's the skill, it's the rush, it's the dust and grind. Living the backwoods life.
When we think about the state of Missouri, we think about our good friends at Spikes N Spurs Outfitters. Got a long history there with a lot of great hunts.
Kind of a forgotten place in northeast Missouri. I mean, you hear about Iowa and Illinois all the time, and people don't think about Missouri for big bucks, but it's starting to come around and get on the map.
I personally have been hunting at Spikes and Spurs for 6 years now, and I've had some incredible hunts. How cool is that? Man, it's awesome. This morning in the rifle season, he came in with the frosty horns, and we laid the hammer to it.
Yeah, I actually hit something in Missouri and killed it.
Our crew's always had great luck with Spikes and Spurs. Sometimes the shots just aren't always on the mark.
What he's trying to say is, for the last few years, I've blown it. I've had my chances, but I didn't make it happen.
They're on big deer every year, it seems like. Whether we get the deal done or not, I mean, they're at least on deer and get the opportunity most times.
Last season, Woody was there early November and had an encounter with a true giant.
That buck ended up following the doe right back where he came from and never did give Woody a shot. We're hoping he's around this year, or maybe his dad or his brother or even a distant cousin.
Backwoods Life is brought to you by these great companies: Hawk Optics, Branson Tractors, Antler King, Elite Archery, Slick Trick Broadheads, CBE Custom Bow Equipment, and Scott Archery. This segment of Backwoods Life is brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras, remote cameras for hunting, wildlife watching, and security.
Yeah, Missouri's got good genetics. The regulations they've put on, the 4-point restrictions and things like that, it's made people think a lot more about just shooting bigger bucks, you know, and not small bucks. And we've got really good genetics, and they've got everything they need to grow. I mean, they've got corn and soybean fields. I mean, they've got acorns when they're ripe. Not a lot of timber in this part of the country. I mean, most of it's wooded draws and, you know, little chunks of timber, but it holds a lot of deer.
We're all settled in and ready. here in Missouri. We got here to Spikes N Spurs in time to hunt this afternoon, overlooking this little hardwood bottom right here. There's a bunch of standing corn right over there, and just a bunch of weeds and bedding area all back in over here. Got a big river over there too. It's just a travel corridor for big bucks. Tons of cool camera pics right here. One buck they call Unicorn's got a big old, I guess that's his brow tine sticking up there. But it's a beautiful spot. First afternoon here in Missouri at Spikes N Spurs.
True test of any scent control is to have a mature doe or more downwind. With those onyx and lethal working together, not a problem here.
We're down to just the last few minutes of shooting light. I looked up and there's a buck walking straight to us. Travis has a 130 minimum and I wasn't sure this buck would make it. Plus it's the first afternoon, looks like a younger deer to me. Even though he was tempting at less than 20 yards, I let him walk. Not only does Spikes N Spurs have great hunting, they've got an awesome lodge too. Don't tell your wife you're going to be roughing it in hunting camp when you go up there, because when she sees the pictures, she'll know better.
Backwoods Life is also brought to you by Knockdown Outdoors, Ozonics, Walls Pro Series, Bill Jordan's Real Tree, Seth McGinn's Can Cooker, Quality Archery Designs, and Tree Stand Buddy. This segment of Backwoods Life is brought to you by Shiver Carts, your authorized E-Z-Go and Textron off-road dealer in Tifton and Valdosta, Georgia.
Even though we're a semi-guided operation, I mean, we still do everything we can to get our guys on the big bucks. From checking trail cameras, planting food plots, getting our stands ready, cutting shooting lanes. We do it all before they get here, where when you get here, all you have to do is climb in the stand. It works out really well for us. We don't fully guide everything. I mean, it's semi-guided, but we try to do everything we can to make our hunt successful. That's one of our favorite things to do is check trail cameras. I mean, it's like you're like a kid at Christmas when you go out and check them. You never know what's going to be on them. I mean, it could be anything from a bunch of does or weeds blowing to a 200-inch deer, you know. So we use our trail cameras a lot. We run about 30 trail cameras every year on all of our farms, and it helps us locate the big bucks and helps us to know where to hunt and how to hunt and what time of day to hunt. So it helps us a lot with the trail cams.
Well, this time of the year, Kevin's had a lot of history and good history with a decoy. So he's going to put one out and see what happens.
This time of the year, when you spot some does, you get excited because there's a better than decent chance there may be a buck around to give them a hard time. Ironically, this buck is standing within bow range of the tree that I hunted out of just a couple years ago and had a chance on another deer. But I'm hoping he'll make his way across this field and come to us.
He's pretty wide. Let's hope he keeps coming around that edge. You know what? Yeah.
Kevin's got this wide buck coming across this field, hoping to get close enough for a shot. Well, he turned and went in the woods. Hopefully he bedded close, and they'll be set up for the afternoon hunt.
You know, these days a lot of people wear their safety harness. And they remember to stay safe when they get up in the tree stand. But this lifeline from Hunter Safety System, that's the missing link to keep you safe. And you climbing up and climbing down too. Plus when you step from the ladder over onto the tree stand. Saving a lot of lives. Hunter Safety System.
Backwoods Life is also brought to you by Hunter Safety System, Lethal Products, Knockout Lighted Knocks, Redneck Blinds, True Lock Chokes, Winner's Choice Bowstrings, and Dual Game Calls. Closed captioning for Backwoods Life is brought to you by Garmin. Enhance your outdoor adventures.
Hunting is a huge part of our economy around here. I mean, it brings a lot of business. A lot of hunters come from all over the nation to come here and hunt. It brings a lot of business to our local grocery stores and convenience stores, and you know, our restaurants love it. Brings a lot of money into our community.
We're heading back out this afternoon. Beautiful stand we got set up in here. On the edge of the timber looking out over the pick cornfield. Saw a pretty good buck in there this morning. Hoping he's gonna come out and play this afternoon. Spikes and Spurs right here in Lewistown. The weather's nice, fairly cool. Just hoping these deer start to move a little more. We'll see. Just as the sun dropped down behind the trees, we looked up and there's a good buck following two does across the field. He's 250 yards away. I tried to grunt at him. He couldn't hear me. So I gotta make some noise. I gotta get his attention. When I slammed the horns together, he heard me and he stopped. And then we knew he could see the decoy. It was amazing to watch the thought processes go through his mind, because you could see he's thinking, do I follow these does or do I want to go fight? Here he goes. Flip this tail. He goes to ditch.
Thankfully, eventually, he decided
That dude wasn't really interested anyway. He might as well go fight. I've got the decoy set up quartering to me. If it works according to plan, hopefully this deer will come all the way around to face the decoy to get ready to fight it. That should bring him by us at less than 20 yards broadside where we can get a shot. When that buck hit the ground, I couldn't get my phone in my hand fast enough to call Travis and let him know.
Whenever his phone rings before dark, Travis is gonna know we got some good news. Took her at a tank of a body. How about we got a buck laying dead in the cornfield? He had a big old tank of a body. I couldn't tell if he was, I thought he was a big 8, but Roger said he thought he was a 9 or a 10, but he was halfway across this field chasing 2 does and hit their horns together, grunted at him, and he come all the way to the decoy. Yep. No, he just died. He just died. I just called you as soon as he died. No problem. We saw him. He's laying in the green stuff out there, and that little draw runs through the middle of the field. So he's stiff-legged right up to that decoy, dude. See you, bud. Bye. The streak is broken in Missouri. 3 years in a row, I had chances at bucks here at Spikes and Spurs, and quite frankly, I screwed it up. But not tonight. We got a buck laying right there in the middle of the cornfield. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Big old cold joker, ain't he?
What you think about that, Travis?
He's a man.
That joker had a tank of a body when he come up in there.
Put a bug off on there.
Bowed up at the decoy. He was stiff-legged. And that, you know what that right there does? It breaks my streak. Oh.
He's a beaut, Kev.
Let's see, he was broke off here.
Broke off there.
But that may still be an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9,
Got a little sticker
Missouri.
there. Oh, it'll hang a ring on it, can't
Yep.
shut.
Got some kickers and trash back behind there.
Big old mature Missouri buck. Right here at Spikes and Spurs. Every year Travis puts me on bucks, but I don't always do my part. Thankfully, both of us did our part this time. Oh man. This same farm, I had another buck walk stiff-legged up to the decoy 2 years ago. It didn't work out so well. Today, a little bit different story. Thank you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you for that.
Congrats.
Which one of you guys picked out that tree? Because I think you got it in a good spot.
Team effort.
Man, that's cool.
Probably one of the coolest things when you're bow hunting is when you get a big buck to commit to a decoy. Kevin had it happen, and he got the job done.
This actually makes 3 years in a row that I've had shooter bucks come in bow range at Spikes N Spurs to challenge a decoy. And thankfully this year I made it count.
Out of all the years hunting in Missouri, we've had ups and downs that everybody goes through in hunting. We were able to get it done this year, though.
We no longer have a black cloud surrounding Kevin when he comes up here to seal the deal.
Now, Trey, you can come either be happy with us or watch ground shrinkage, whichever one happens. This time of year, I like to drag some doe scent into the stand to hopefully bring a big buck in bow range. One trick I've learned is tie the drag to a stick so that you're pulling it on a different trail than what you're actually walking. One more way to try to keep a buck from smelling you and hopefully get him in range.
Good news is, sleep in tomorrow.